You're watching WEAR News, the Morning Current on WFGX.
Good morning. It's 7 o'clock. So glad you're with us here for the Morning Current. I'm Jared Willits. Laura Hussey on vacation this week. Here on the Current, we take a closer look at a lot of the stories, get a lot of your input as well. So as we go through the hour, be sure to look on our social media pages for a lot of things that you can participate in, including chime in and a lot of our surveys. But right now, we're going to get right to the news of the day. Top story. 2 people in the hospital after shooting. This in Fort Walton Beach. Happened at midnight 30 Sunday morning on Dates Avenue, west of Beach Parkway, north of the Mary Astor Cutoff. Now, the Sheriff's Office in Okaloosa says 2 victims were found in their home. Suspect or suspects fired shots through a bedroom window. Victims, 1 male, 1 female. Injuries, they say, are not life-threatening. No suspect or suspects have been identified. The Sheriff's Office looking for any information from anyone to help them out. The person of interest that was detained in the deadly shooting at Brown University has been released. The Attorney General of Rhode Island says evidence now points, quote, in a different direction. Now, the person who was detained was a man in his mid-20s from Wisconsin. They said he had 2 guns on him when he was detained, and witnesses had described a gun with specific characteristics being used in that shooting. Now, a weapon fitting that description was recovered when that person of interest was detained. As I said, he was released, not charged, also not a student at Brown. Other details, 2 people were killed, 9 were injured in that shooting Saturday in College Hill. Happened at the Engineering and Physics Building and Lecture Hall during the final exam review. 8 remain hospitalized, 7 in critical condition. So far, they haven't understood any sort of motive. And there's more. You've heard about this. 15 people dead, 42 injured in a terror attack in Australia. This happened Sunday on Bondi Beach in New South Wales. Police say it was a targeted attack on a Jewish event celebrating the first night of Hanukkah. Hundreds seen in video running from the scene. Injured victims range from 10 years old to 87. The alleged shooters, apparently a father and son. Father, 50 years old, he was shot and killed by police. The son, 24, hospitalized, injuries unknown or not released. The father apparently had a gun license in Australia, 6 licensed firearms. 6 guns were found at the scene. It is not confirmed if they're all his. They also found 2 improvised explosive devices recovered from the scene by the bomb disposal unit. Now, video, take a look at this if you haven't seen it. This is bravery at its best. Bystander hiding behind a car rushes one of the gunmen, tackles him to the ground, takes his weapon, holds the suspect at gunpoint briefly. Now the gunman walks away, retreats to the other gunman on a nearby pedestrian bridge. Police say the man who was disarmed was injured, hospitalized, again with the unknown injuries. No doubt they'll figure out more and let us know. But good grief. More than 150 people sharing their thoughts about this online. Many people sending their thoughts and prayers, of course, to those affected. Others spoke out about the violence. Michelle said, "I will never understand the hatred. Never." And Becky asked this question. We always ask it. What is wrong with people? When you find out, let us know. It is 7:04. We're going to move on because we have to, talking about the cold weather embracing all of Northwest Florida this morning. Good morning, Brooke.
Hey, good morning. And we are seeing 20s all the way down to the coastline. We are under that cold weather advisory, obviously. So we are very, very cold this morning. You can see we do have nice, clear, sunny skies. It is just going to be extremely cold as you head out and about. We're also still dealing with the wind, so it's going to be very windy as well, which is going to make it feel just a touch cooler than it actually is. You can see your radar is remaining dry. There's a look at your temperatures. 24 in Jay, 29 Pensacola, 29 in Navarre, 28 Gulf Shore. So those 20s are all the way down to the coast. 26 in Crestview, 25 in Bay Minette. So we are all feeling it this morning, and we have dropped a good amount since yesterday, down about 30 degrees, even 36 degrees in Milton, lower than what we were seeing yesterday. So that's a big drop for us. Here's a look at your winds, about 10 miles an hour out of the northeast. It is going to be very, very breezy as you head through the rest of your morning. The winds will calm down through the rest of your day, and the good news is we're going to be cold tonight, not quite as cold, and there's going to be a few of us that don't get into those freezing temperatures tonight. So it is going to be looking a little bit better tonight, and that leads us into a bit of a warming trend through the rest of the week. Heading out the door today, it's very, very cold this morning, but we will be looking at temperatures warming up heading into the afternoon into the upper 40s, so getting out of freezing, but barely. It's still going to be 40s. And then tonight we'll see the 30s, but we'll see temperatures in the mid 30s for a lot of us.
7:05 now, taking a live shot of the 3 Mile Bridge this morning, checking out traffic, light traffic on the 3 Mile at the moment, and we have no reports of any sort of slowdowns for you this morning. And yes, it is cold outside. A lot of cold weather shelters are opening up across Northwest Florida for those who need the heat. In Escambia County, the Waterfront Rescue Mission is open 24 hours to men and women there on Herman Street in Pensacola. My Father's Vineyard, taking in men and women, adults only. They're open through Tuesday morning. They're at 78095 Pensacola Boulevard. They have their Facebook page up and running for updates. Over in Santa Rosa County, the Ferris Hill Baptist Church on Chafin Street in Milton, they say people should arrive between 6:30 and 8:30 in this evening. Only service animals with proper vaccination records will be allowed in. For Okaloosa County, One Hopeful Place, they're on North Beale. Extension opens at 4 o'clock. Also open the Generations Church on State Road 85. Check in between 7 and 8 p.m. In the north end of Okaloosa, Crestview Area Shelter at 120 Dugan Avenue. That opens this evening at 6 o'clock. All right, how about this? The Florida Transportation is getting set to begin a $20 million resurfacing project in Escambia County. I-10 from Perdido River Bridge at the state line to west of Highway 29, exit 10. Now, during construction, as you might expect, there'll be traffic shifts. They'll be required for travel lanes, ramps, and shoulders. Lane closures may also happen on Sunday through Thursday between 8 and 6 in the morning. 8 in the evening, 6 in the morning. Construction expected to begin early next year, should be completed in late 2027. Pensacola delaying plans with a New Orleans firm for the Old Baptist Hospital. Now, last week, you may remember, the Community Redevelopment Agency voted to hire Bayou District Consulting. Now, City Council members voted to hold the item Thursday night. This decision was made after about 2 hours of people voicing concerns of gentrification health impacts they could face with the redevelopment of that property. Now, at this moment, it is unclear if the city will have to restart the whole process and search for a new consultant to redevelop the Baptist property. Last week, we asked you what you think should be at the top of the mind for city council members when redeveloping that property. 150 people, give or take, weighed in. 18% said they need to concern themselves with gentrification. 26% says health concerns, and 56% need to think a lot about affordable housing. Here on the Morning Current, we'd like to know what's going on in your world. One of the ways you can do that is showing us your pictures and videos. You can text WEAR-TV to 95577, or easier still, chime in from our websites. On the way, the investigation just beginning after Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle found dead, stabbed to death in their home. One person being considered in the homicide. And everybody's watching this guy, Philip Rivers, on his return to the NFL. All the support from his team here in Fairhope. We'll get to that in just a couple of minutes, but now I suggest you sit back, relax for a second, and join me with a coffee break. Good morning and welcome back to the Morning Current. It is 7:11. 2 U.S. service members and a civilian interpreter are dead, ambushed by a potential ISIS member in Syria. Happened Saturday in Palmyra. 3 other U.S. service members were injured. Iowa National Guard says some of their members are among those injured. The Pentagon says service members were conducting a meeting with leaders on a mission to support counterterrorism operations. The attack from a distance and an adjacent building, not part of the meeting. Pentagon says the gunman was killed by, quote, partner forces. They say the gunman has been affiliated with Syrian security forces not currently active. Syria said yesterday its forces arrested 5 people in connection with the attack. Soldiers killed, not ID'd yet. Military protocols to wait at least 24 hours after family notification. The president says we will retaliate. The first combat death since the president returned to office. First combat deaths in Syria since 2019. No suspect this morning in the stabbing death of legendary director Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle Singer. They were found dead in their L.A. home, Brentwood, yesterday afternoon, stabbed to death. They're looking at this as a homicide. No suspect, no one identified. Actors Billy Crystal and Larry David were seen at the home after police arrived. It is being reported investigators were interviewing a family member regarding the deaths last night. Now, the couple lived across the street from their daughter and grandchildren. Reiner, of course, actor, director, producer, known for major hits. This is Spinal Tap, The Princess Bride, When Harry Met Sally, A Few Good Men, Oscar winner, Misery. Breakout role was, of course, Archie Bunker's son-in-law in All in the Family. The couple married in 1989. They have 3 children. Here's the family statement. It is with profound sorrow that we announce the tragic passing of Michelle and Rob Reiner. We are heartbroken by this sudden loss, and we're asking for privacy during this unbelievably difficult time. Screen Actors Guild statement, Rob Reiner is one of the most significant figures in the history of film and television. The impact he made on American culture simply cannot be overstated. Former Michigan head football coach Sherrone Moore officially facing 3 charges now, all filed on Friday: felony home invasion, stalking, breaking and entering. He appeared in video court for arraignment Friday. Investigators say he'd been having an affair with a staff member who broke it off with him Monday. Prosecutor says she also reported their relationship to the university. Moore was then fired. His wife called 911 saying he was suicidal over losing his job. Investigators say he then drove to the staff member's home armed with knives, told her he was going to take his own life, said, "My blood is on your hands and you ruined my life." Well, she called police. He took off, arrested shortly thereafter at a local church. The woman telling 911 he'd been stalking her for months. Moore is now out of jail on bond, wearing a GPS monitor, due back in court next month, seen with his wife for the first time since the arrest. The couple's been together for 10 years. They have 3 daughters. Sports Illustrated says the affair was the worst kept secret at the school for the last 2 years. Good football story. Sunday football kicking off with a local community tie. Fairhope High School football coach making his return to the NFL, starting QB for the Colts. Before his return, he coached at St. Michael's Catholic High School. You know the story, but there's more. Here's Aria Circa.
Yeah. The saying usually goes, coaches don't play, but that was not the case for 44-year-old Philip Rivers. Rivers making his return to the NFL after a 5-year hiatus. The Colts calling him up because the Indy quarterbacks are injured. Before Sunday's game, Rivers was the head football coach at St. Michael's Catholic High School. Students are used to seeing him on the sidelines, but yesterday the roles were reversed. Players and parents gathered for a game day watch party, watching every single snap.
2 weeks ago, he was out there coaching us, watching us play. Now we're watching him play.
I just think it shows like how much grit he has and how much love he has for the game.
Rivers played in the NFL for 17 seasons, spending most of his time with the Los Angeles Chargers. He played his final season with the Colts. St. Michael's players credits Rivers coaching for an undefeated regular season this year. Jared?
Indiana University's Fernando Mendoza is the first Hoosier to win the Heisman. Mendoza awarded Heisman Saturday college football. Last week, we did ask you who you thought should get the Heisman. 40% voted for Diego Pavia, 33% Mendoza. Julian Sayin received 20% of the votes, and Jeremiah Love received 7%. Now this, runner-up Diego Pavia apologizing for his reaction to losing the award. Vanderbilt's QB posted a photo to Instagram story captioned, "F all the voters, but family for life, unquote. He had 189 first-place votes for the Heisman. Mendoza won with 643. He later apologized on X, quote, "As a competitor, just like in everything I do, I wanted to win. To be so close to my dream and come up short was painful. I didn't handle those emotions very well at all, and I did not represent myself the way I wanted to." He went on to say that Fernando Mendoza is an elite competitor and a deserving winner of the award. Speaking of sports, esports.
Yeah.
Not on the field, but esports somewhere in the house. A Tate High School senior is an esports champion.
Yeah, his name is Gage Coates, and he won the Esports Fall 2025 Madden NFL Central Regional Championship game, and he defeated the opponent out of Fort Myers.
National League features 32 teams across the U.S. Coates had number 2 seed and a 7-1 regular season. Gage won last season. Also competes in other esports games. Esports program at Tate funded through by the Department of Defense Education Activity Grant. How about that?
Back-to-back champ.
Congratulations. It's wonderful. All right, let's just talk about it. You predicted it. You told us it's going to be this way. No surprise, but it's still barring and chilling when you walk outside.
Quite cold. The only good thing is that we do have it for today, a little bit tomorrow, and then we're going to be better. So it is going to be getting more Florida-like for the end of the week. This is not going to be a trend that lasts for too long, and today is by far the coldest of the week. So you are going to be looking at some slight improvements already by tomorrow, and then by the time you hit Thursday, we could see some 70s for some highs. So weather really can't make up its mind as we head into the week, but we do have this very cold start to get through this morning. Make sure you are bundled up out there. It is going to be one of those mornings that you don't want to be exposed to this cold weather for too long. We do have the clear skies. It's windy still, though. We're still looking at the breeze. You can see the 20s. It's 26 in Century, 24 in Jay, 26 Milton, 29 Navarre, 28 in Gulf Shores. So we're seeing 20s all the way to the coastline. It feels colder with the winds. We feel more like 18 to even 20 degrees, low 20s along the coast is what it feels like. So it is a very cold start. We do have your winds about 10 miles an hour, 10 to 15 along the coast. This is actually looking a little bit lighter than what we were seeing earlier this morning. So the winds are starting to come down, and that's what we'll see as you head into your day, which is some good news because even the afternoon, your highs still in the 40s, about 49 to possibly 50 degrees. Most of us will stay in the 40s through the afternoon, though. So it's going to be a cold one today. Let's take a look at what happens going into Tuesday and then starting your Wednesday. We will be looking at those temperatures in the 40s today. This is what it will feel like. This is that wind chill that you'll have, so you'll still feel like the mid 40s with the winds. Tonight, the winds will start to calm down, and we will have temperatures drop into the 30s, but you can see it is not quite as cold as what we were seeing last night and really this morning. We are going to be seeing temperatures along the coastline possibly avoiding a freeze, and we could see possibly still another freeze for inland areas tonight. It's not going to be as widespread, and then it's not going to last long, those cold temperatures tomorrow. You're already going to break out of freezing pretty quickly through that Tuesday morning, and then by Tuesday afternoon, highs in the upper 50s. You can see upper 50s by the time you hit about 3 p.m. So it is going to be more mild for that Tuesday, and then by the time you hit Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, we're going to be in the 40s, possibly even close to 50 as you wake up on Wednesday. So that's a big jump up for those morning temperatures. Your radar is going to stay dry for at least the next couple of days. Next chance of rain comes in on Thursday, but that does come with our warmest day of the week. You can see we do have those dry skies today. Clouds starting to move in as you head into your Wednesday. This is going to be where we have the 60s, and you can see a little bit of that activity to the west. That's what will move in as we head into your Thursday with those temperatures quite warm. Sea-tone rain forecast 2 to 3 feet for the Gulf. We do have a small craft advisory because of the winds, and we do have your yellow flags flying, likely to stay yellow throughout your day. Here's that week ahead. It is a cold one this morning. Temperatures are in the 20s all the way to the coastline. We are going to warm up into the upper 40s for your highs tonight, around 33 degrees, and then we'll be in the upper 50s for highs Tuesday, and that will start a little warming trend.
Get a look outside at 721. This is I-10 near Maxwell Street in Pensacola. Light traffic, no issues there this morning or anywhere for that matter. Dick Van Dyke hitting the century mark, turning 100 over the weekend. We'll take a look at his achievements in his 100 years and what he's looking forward to next. On the way. All good things have to come to an end. That's kind of the deal. And pro wrestling superstar John Cena has ended his 24-year WWE run. Now, you're not a big fan of wrestling, but you're a fan of him.
Yeah, I like John Cena. He has the most, the record for the most Make-A-Wishes, wishes granted. So that's all.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea. So wonderful.
And then you also know like all the memes that you can't see me memes and all that. So
You like all
everyone
that.
knows John Cena.
His final match was Saturday night during the main event in D.C. against Gunther. Hey, by the way, he left apparently his wristbands and shoes in the ring, walked up the entrance ramp, turned and gave one last salute to the camera, and fans said goodbye, I'm done.
Yeah, and he announced in 2024 that this year would be his last, and the retirement tour started at the Royal Rumble in January. The Royal Rumble, I'm trying. He won his 17th World Championship. He defeated Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania in April.
Way back in 2001, he signed with WWE under the name The Prototype.
See, I think we should announce WWE.
Think we should? You want to do that?
You know, this could be our clip, our audition clip.
You want to try it?
What?
The main event. Do it.
John Cena. I don't know.
See, that's good. 17-time world champion, the most world titles recognized by WWE, the main event at WrestleMania 6 times, recognized as one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time, but he's done, at least with wrestling, and perhaps continue on with his good works.
Well, what a good way to end your career.
Gosh, Dick Van Dyke, icon, well before your time. You know the name, and that's about as far as it goes, and that's okay. The Dick Van Dyke Show in the 60s was iconic. He turned 100 years old Saturday. His show ran from when? 61 to 66. He was in Mary Poppins, of course, and so many. He's won Emmys, he's won a Tony, I think, and a Grammy as well. The Screen Actors Guild Life Achievement Award, and more.
Yeah, I've seen, you know, I've been looking at all of the birthday stuff on, you can see it all on Facebook. His picture is up everywhere for his birthday.
A couple of things about him. Well, there he is at his prime time. You know, he could sing, he could dance, he could act, he could do it all. And his show, for people who are my age who watched it, the intro to the show, he would come into the house, the living room. And sometimes he would jump over the ottoman. Other times he would trip over it.
Oh.
So we all waited to see which one was going to be.
That's funny.
Anyway, he credits his wife, who is a decade or two or three or four his junior, for keeping him, vital and living life. And he says at 100 years old, that's not enough. He has more to do. So good for Dick Van Dyke.
Chime In is sponsored by Pensacola Habitat for Humanity.
Jonathan Kerr, thank you. This one is entitled, aptly, Pelican Perch.
And this is from Kevin Asbury. Stormy is ready for Santa. Oh, I hope he gets lots of treats.
Good morning. It is 7:28 when the morning current continues, honoring our veterans, the support seen across the nation this past weekend. Remember the fallen, honor those who serve, and teach the next generation. That is the mission of Wreaths Across America. Saturday, chapters across the nation laid wreaths at gravesites of veterans. Pensacola area coordinator for Wreaths Across America, Russell Frenchy Gaucher, I think, I'm not quite sure, I'm very sorry, says more than 3 million wreaths were placed worldwide. Many of those at Barrancas National Cemetery. Says over 30,000 were bought and more than 500 volunteers laid wreaths on grave sites at Barrancas. Many started the morning paying respects to their own family members. There were also wreath-laying ceremonies in Fort Walton Beach and Milton and Spanish Fort. Many viewers on social media talking about this, many of them sharing their appreciation for those who went out and did the wreath laying for a loved one. Barbara wrote, "Thank you to all who participated in this event. My maternal grandparents, World War I, and both my parents, World War II, are buried at Barrancas. It warms my heart to know that so many people chose to take the time out of their day to honor our loved ones. Thank you." And Leanne said, "Our hero is there, and we laid his wreath among others. Never miss a year to go since he went to heaven." In Pensacola, the Postal Service is considering a location for a new downtown post office. Mayor Reeves says they're looking at the old Sluggos. That's at the corner of Jefferson and Romana. Mayor says USPS asked about creating a loading zone on Romana Street. The building is privately owned, so the city is not involved in the deal. Pensacola's former post office downtown closed in April of 2024. Parents and students in South Santa Rosa County have an opportunity to have their say on the feeding pattern for the new Soundside High School. That school will open next fall. Hundreds of students will be moved to Soundside from Gulf Breeze or Navarre. Attendance zones. Public hearing is scheduled for January 15th, 5:30, Santa Rosa County School Board Room at Canal Street in Milton. The final boundaries, they say, will be decided at that meeting. Clean things up. City of Fort Walton Beach conducting a code enforcement sweep this week, Thursday from 9 till noon from Robinwood Drive to Beale Parkway. Code enforcement looking for violations, things like inoperable vehicles, overgrown grass, unpermitted construction. They're trying to raise awareness about code enforcement requirements before they issue any fines. 7:32 on the Morning Current. A cold day dawns along the Florida Gulf Coast, but we knew it was coming, right?
Yeah, and it is quite cold. We're seeing 20s all the way down to the coastline. We are under that cold weather advisory. We can see those nice sunny skies. It looks pretty. It's just very, very cold. And we do have the winds this morning anywhere from 10 to even 12 miles an hour. The winds will start to calm down as you head into the end of your day today, but it is keeping things quite chilly this morning. Your radar is going to stay dry today. It's going to be very, very sunny with this cold weather. We do have temperatures 24 in Jay, 26 in Milton, 28 in Navarre, 31 in Destin, 28 Gulf Shores, 28 in Fairhope. So we are all looking at that chill. You can see temperatures are down about 30 to close to even 40 degrees from what we were seeing yesterday. So that is a big drop down this morning. Our winds currently anywhere from 10 to 12 miles an hour along the coast, 5 to 10 inland. This is already lighter than what we were seeing earlier this morning, which is certainly going to help us out because it was bringing those temperatures feeling cooler earlier this morning. Now we do have temperatures starting to trend up. We'll be around 35 by 9 a.m., 43 by 11 a.m. We will see your temperatures topping out today in the upper 40s. So it is going to still stay chilly as you head into your afternoon. And then as you head into the evening tonight, temperatures drop again. We'll be back in the 40s and then the 30s. Not going to be nearly as cold as what we were seeing this morning. So this is going to be a slightly warmer morning for you as you head into your Tuesday.
Let's get a quick look at the Escambia Bay Bridge this morning. This is your live shot. Traffic there moving smoothly so far this morning. All is well. And then there's this. An engine on a United Airlines flight failed as the plane lifted off, sparking a fire near the runway at Dulles International in Virginia. Happened Friday about noontime. Takeoff. Left engine failed. A piece of the engine cover separated, caught fire, started the fire in the mulch near the runway. That Boeing 777-200 with 275 on board, 15 crew, no one injured. The plane was headed to Tokyo, had about 16 hours worth of fuel on board, dumped the fuel over Virginia from 5,000 feet, landed safely about an hour later. Then there was this. A JetBlue pilot says he narrowly avoided a mid-air collision with a U.S. military aircraft that entered his flight path. Friday, the plane climbing after taking off the coast of Venezuela, headed to New York's JFK. U.S. Air Force aerial tanker was flying dark, not broadcasting its location, preventing other pilots from knowing it was there. The JetBlue pilot told air traffic controllers they had to stop their climb after the aircraft entered its flight path at the same altitude, directly in front, quote unquote, and within 5 miles. Experts say a U.S. military plane flying without transponder turned on is a sign that things aren't really cooling down between us and Venezuela. A new study about using tanning beds. We can guess what it says. We'll talk about the risks and what researchers are calling for. And nobody won the big money. Now the jackpot is even bigger. What would you do with those millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars? While you ponder that, we can all just think about it with a coffee break. Here in the Sunshine State, plenty of sunshine to go around on a regular basis. A little bit of sunshine's good, like to say 10 minutes every day, vitamin D and all that kind of stuff. But you know, got to be careful. A lot of folks are doing tanning beds still, and it's bad for your health. We know this. Let's take a look about how bad. Here we go.
Yeah, the new study out of Chicago's Northwestern Medicine, it compared about 3,000 tanning bed users with 3,000 age-matched people with no history of indoor tanning.
Okay.
And they found that tanning beds triple the risk of melanoma, and they found that tanning bed users are more likely to develop melanoma in other parts of the body covered in the sun, like your lower back and your buttocks.
Okay, it supports the idea that tanning beds damage DNA across your whole skin surface. They're now calling, these experts, for tanning beds to be outlawed or at least carry a warning like cigarettes do. And they say anyone who has tanned frequently earlier in life should get their skin examined by a dermatologist probably on a regular basis.
Yeah, and 11,000 people die from melanoma in the U.S. each year.
All right, let's talk about your money for a little bit, and real estate in particular. Overflowing with inventory these days, prices continue to grow up, including the number of now million-dollar listings.
It's probably one of my favorite things to do on my phone is scroll through Zillow, the million-dollar listings.
Yeah?
Just to see how the other side lives. But there's apparently more than 1 million homes for sale in the U.S., and at least 10% of those listed for $1 million or more.
Now, at one time, your million-dollar home would be something special. That apparently is not the case anymore, especially some of your bigger cities. LA, New York, that can still be a small house, a fixer-upper, or an old home.
Yeah, I'm saying just go on Zillow. You have to go to like the $10 to $15 million range.
To really get something
those
nice.
are where you get like the nice little steam rooms and the pools. But you know, the data shows luxury homes are selling faster in other markets with the most $1 million listings: Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Phoenix, Dallas, Fort Worth, Boston, Seattle, Atlanta, DC.
You know, when I buy a lottery ticket, you know, the Powerball ticket, I have this little fantasy. Here's how it goes. I call my financial advisor, say, hey, listen, who's your wealthiest client? So-and-so. Not anymore.
You don't know how much so-and-so has, though.
Well, I don't think he has 1.1 billion. I'm not sure, though.
Yeah, I mean, cash option,
what?
you know, it's fine. Cash option of just over $530 million could be yours. The lottery officials say it's the 6th largest in game history for the Powerball.
Yeah, you know how it works. You got to get 6 numbers and the Powerball to make it all work for you. The odds are like 1 to 292.6 million or something like that. But you know, some people do win. It could be you.
See, if I win, maybe I can stop window shopping Zillow and I can actually
buy all the mansions you want. Winning numbers tonight on WEAR News at 10 o'clock. Tickets are only $2. All these stories and more available on our YouTube channel. The local stories, regional and national as well. You can go to YouTube. Oh, look, there's Brooke with the Morning Minute. There's the governor. So we have all this stuff for you. Holiday shopping is underway. There is an item that's very, very popular for shoppers this year. We'll take a look at it. What could it be now? Getting down to the wire for your holiday shopping, and you just don't know what to get. Some people, you just can't figure it out. You know, socks and underwear, sure, who doesn't want those? But
yeah, the necessities.
For some people, not necessarily appropriate. Gift cards, apparently a big choice now for shoppers this holiday season.
Yeah, the National Retail Federation says gift cards are second most popular gift choice this year, and people are expected to spend $29 billion on gift cards.
Buyers say gift cards give recipient freedom to choose the gift they really want. Could be socks and underwear. Easier and faster to buy. Apparently 43% of shoppers plan to buy at least one gift card this year. Very popular with the over 65 crowd.
Yeah, and they also plan to spend over $60 per gift card and about $5 more than the average shopper. And those 65 plus are also more likely to say they'd like to receive a gift card.
And did they spend more on me than I spent on you? That's the thing about a gift card.
Oh yeah, because they'll know.
They'll know. All right, it's costing more to buy anything, and that is impacting holiday shopping, of course. A new AP poll says a lot of people are dipping into their savings to buy gifts and certainly searching more and more for the big sales this holiday.
Yeah, about half of Americans say it's harder than usual to afford the gifts they want to give this year. And 1 out of every 2 Americans also say they are cutting back on non-essential purchases and delaying big buys.
Results come as many people dealing with lots of inflation, you may have noticed. Survey found 89% of respondents feel grocery prices are continuing to go up. About 7 in 10 say the same about the cost of electricity. Over 60% say holiday prices, everything, going up.
It's expensive out there.
All right, we got the cold,
Yes.
but we haven't got the snow. We had that once, and it was just great fun.
It was
Well,
lovely.
not everyone thought it was fun. I did. But take a look at this. This is a live shot from Stony Brook. This is on the north shore of Long Island, by the way. A picturesque town on Long Island. Isn't that as pretty as it can be?
It's gorgeous. You know, just in time for the holidays, too. Nice snowy day. I'm sure they're having a great time.
I'd imagine.
Looks like they're going easy on the roads, too. We're not
Look,
gonna
we
be...
have our snow white beaches there, right?
It looks like snow. And
Yeah.
it feels like, you know, basically it could snow, but we're not going to see it. We are going to have temperatures in the 20s as you go throughout your day today, or throughout your morning. We will warm up into the 40s, but not much today with a warm up. We're going to be around 50 or 48 to about 49 for your high. That's very chilly for us. Right now, that Hardee's camera, it does look quite cold. So we do have the sunshine. It's not going to help us out much today. The good news is this cold weather that we're feeling does not last well into the week. We're really just going to have another night in the 30s tonight, and we will have temperatures back into the upper 50s by tomorrow afternoon. So right now, 25 degrees in Jay, 26 in Milton, 30 in NAS Pensacola, 28 Navarre, 31 Destin, 26 in Crestview. We are all looking at that below freezing weather. Temperatures are going to slowly come up now as we go into the rest of your morning, but we could stay below freezing for at least the next couple of hours. And with the winds that we're seeing, it does feel like the teens in some places. Feels like 17 in Mobile, feels like 18 in Milton, and 19 at Duke Field. So it is quite cold. There's a look at those winds. You can see 5 to 10 miles an hour right now. The winds are actually a bit calmer than what we were seeing early this morning, and the winds will slowly calm down through the day. Highs today will be around 48, 49. Some of us could see around 50 degrees, but it is going to remain chilly through most of that afternoon, going to stay in the 40s. Good news, does not last long. So let's take a look at those temperatures. This is what it will feel like. So this is going to be combined with the wind. You can see this afternoon, we will still feel like the low 40s to mid 40s, even though your actual highs will be a couple degrees warmer than that. Heading tonight, temperatures drop into the 30s, but we will see mostly the low to mid 30s. That's what we're going to be waking up to for your Tuesday morning. So it is not going to be nearly as cold as what we're seeing right now. We could even avoid a freeze along the coastline. Heading into your Tuesday afternoon, we'll warm up. You can see the 50s by 11 a.m. and then we will see temperatures upper 50s for those highs, so it will feel well above what we're seeing today. And then Tuesday night, temperatures will drop into the 40s, and that's where they'll stay, upper 40s, as you wake up on Wednesday morning. Let's talk about your radar, because it is very dry, very sunny right now. Heading into the end of the week, as we have temperatures warming up, it is going to come with a chance of some rain. Thursday is going to be the day that we have that. You can see the sunshine today. Tomorrow, clouds increase as you head into your Wednesday, and then we'll have that chance of rain for your Thursday. That's where we'll have about a 50% chance of those showers. Temperatures will be in the 70s, so it'll be warm. We'll have a chance of rain, and then the temperatures will cool slightly, but not much. We'll still stay in the 60s as you head into your Friday afternoon. Let's take a look at your Sea-Tow Marine forecast. We have 2 to 3 feet for the Gulf. Winds are out of the northeast at about 10 to 15 knots. It is looking quite windy out there today, so small craft advisory. And we do have your yellow flags flying, with a good chance we'll have either yellow or green flags as we go later into the day. Should be looking like a decent one, but a cold one. Very, very cold today. Highs will stay around 49 degrees. Tonight we will be staying in the 30s. We'll be around 33 degrees. It should avoid a freeze for the most part, especially along the coastline. We'll stay in those low to mid 30s. Inland we could still see temperatures right at that freezing mark, but it's going to warm up a bit faster for that Tuesday morning, and you can see upper 50s for those highs. Heading into Wednesday, temperatures will start off in the upper 40s for those lows. You will be in the upper 60s for your highs on Wednesday afternoon, and then by Thursday, 50% chance of those showers. We're going to be looking at that rain chance with those warmer temperatures in the 70s, and then those rain chances drop out as you head into the rest of the week. By Friday, your temperatures won't be quite as warm as that Thursday, but we will still see the 60s. So it'll still look pleasant as you head into Friday, well into the weekend.
Another quick look outside for you. I-10 at Pine Forest Road this morning. Traffic moving smoothly there and no issues on the roadways this morning. One more. Merriam-Webster has their 2025 word of the year. The word taking the top spot and what it means on the way. You know, we did the story just a minute ago about gift cards being very popular for the holidays. Producer AJ has informed me this interesting fact that every year, or at least this past year, how much you think goes unclaimed?
God, a lot.
$3 billion.
Yeah, I could see it because my husband doesn't use his gift cards.
Well, take them.
I'm going to.
Okay.
Well, I take the Starbucks ones.
Oh.
Those are used.
Okay. All right. Well, another dictionary rather, has come up with the word of the year. Okay. This is from Merriam-Webster for the 2025 word of the year. And it is?
It's slop.
S-L-O-P.
Yes.
Slop. Which, let's talk about slop. What does slop mean?
Yeah, in 2025, it refers to creepy, zany, and demonstrably fake content. So, you know, like the AI stuff. It's often used to describe AI-generated content, and it was first used in the 1700s, meant soft mud.
I use it to describe, or did, my grandmother's soup, but that's another issue entirely.
Isn't that what you feed pigs, slop?
That's right. Digital content, here's the official deal, okay? Quote, digital content of low quality that is produced usually in quantity by means of artificial intelligence.
Yeah, think absurd videos, weird advertising images, cheesy propaganda. I've seen the videos, if you've seen them, probably with the cats that are like saving their little kittens from the burning building. And
I haven't seen any of those.
I
guess I don't spend enough time online.
It's slop.
It's slop. Now we have a word for it, so there you go. Other words, let's see, dictionary.com chose 67. Remember that?
Yeah.
All right. Oxford chose rage bait. And from Cambridge, I don't even know what it means.
Parasocial. I feel like we did a story on that.
I'm sure we did, but I forgot. Parasocial.
I don't remember.
AJ, can you help me out here?
Oh, I remember now. It's where you think that you're friends with like a social media influencer.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
so you and Kardashian are close, right?
Yeah, we're friends.
Something along those lines. All right, now we know. We move on.
Chime In is sponsored by Pensacola Habitat for Humanity.
Gary Frazier, Christmas in the Hood. That is
Wow.
some nice lights.
Gary spent some time.
Dang.
Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Heather McGrail, thank you. This would be Uno and Draco. They are clearly ready for the holidays.
Aww.
And the morning current will continue momentarily.
We are looking at that cold start to your day. Grab the big jackets. It's going to be cold through the afternoon as well. We'll stay in the 40s for most of us for our highs. Tonight we'll get cold again, but not quite as cold. We'll stay in those low to mid 30s along the coastline. Inland, we could still see a few upper 20s, but it's not going to be as cold as what you're seeing right now. We will have your temperatures in the upper 50s by Tuesday afternoon, and that kicks off a bit of a warming trend for us around 49 as you wake up Wednesday morning, which will be a nice relief from those cooler temps.
When 49's a warming trend, I think we got a problem.
Yep.
Thank you for spending your time with the Morning Current. Have yourself a wonderful day. We'll see you tomorrow right here at 7 o'clock.